Okay, this is video 5 or part 5 of the review for test 3. So I believe I'm on 21 and I want to round 3.78 to the 10th place. So remember your place values. If you don't have them in front of you when you take the test, you might want to pull them out or look at your book. So this is the 10th place, and I'm looking next door to the right. 4 or lower stays the same, 5 or higher bumps up. So this is 8 is 5 or higher. So I'm going to bump up this 7 by 1. So rounded, this is 3.80. So that's my answer, 3.80. I'm just rounding it to the 10th place. Okay, 22. I want to solve. I want to find out what some number x is that when I add to 3.75, it gives me negative 12.34. So I'm starting away from the x. I'm starting here. And what's the opposite of adding 3.75? Well, the opposite of addition is always subtraction. So I'm going to subtract, and what I do to one side, I need to do to the other. So these cancel out. And what happens when I have a negative and a negative? Remember, I'm going to just add them together. Whenever I have a negative and a negative, I'm going to add them together. So don't think about multiplying or dividing. Just whenever I have a negative and I want to put them together, I'm going to add, because they're both the same sign. So I'm just going to add down. Of course, my answer is going to be negative. So let's see, I've got 9, 3 and 7 is 10, carry the 1, bring down the point. 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 3 is 6, and bring down the 1. So here is my answer, negative 16.09. Okay, for 23, I want to multiply these two decimals, and we don't need to line them up when we multiply. Don't need to line them up. So it's okay just like that. We're only going to line the points up when we're adding or subtracting, so we don't need to line them up. Now it's just a regular multiply. So 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is 4. So my first row, I get 45. Now remember, when I'm doing the second row, I come in 1, and I like to put a 0, but you can put an X, a smiley face, whatever you want. So now I'm going to multiply the 2 times 5, and that's 10, and I'm going to carry the 1 again. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So my second row is 300, and the first one we came in, the first zero is we came in 1. So now we're just going to add down, and that looks pretty easy. I'm just going to get 5, 3, 4, 5. I'm not done. I need to figure out where I'm going to put my point. So if we go back up to the problem, we see we've got 1 space here, and we've got 2 places there. So that's 3 places. So I'm going to come down to my answer of 3, 4, 5 and move over 1, 2, 3. So here is my answer, 0.345. So remember when you're done multiplying to go back and see how many places you have behind the decimal. And in our case I had 3, so I moved it over 1, 2, 3 and put it in front of the 3. So 24, we're going to round to the hundredths place. Okay. So who is sitting? Again, we need the place value. Who's sitting in the hundredths place? So this is tenths. This is my hundredths place. It's 2 over to the right from the decimal. So remember when we round, we always look to our neighbor to the right. If it's 4 or lower, it stays the same. If it's 5 or higher, we bump up 1. So it's a 2, so it's 4 or lower, so we're going to keep the 9. And if you want to put a 0 there, you can, or you can leave it just 7.89 and cut off that 2. So this is rounded to the hundredths place. Because it was a 2 sitting there, we kept it at 9. So it's 7.89, or if you want to leave it 7.890, you can. Okay, 25. These are easy. Remember when I have when I'm solving and I have an x, I have a fraction, x over a number equals another number. All I need to do is multiply. This is the quick and easy way. So I'm going to multiply 7. Don't forget your x. A lot of people are forgetting their x's with their answer. So I'm just going to take 7 times -8, and when I have a positive times a negative, I know my answer is going to be negative. So x equals -56, and you're done. Okay, let's see. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to pick up with video 6, and hopefully that will be the last one.